Deep in the forests of Roanoke Ridge, hidden from the main roads and buried under nearly a century of overgrowth, there is a tomb, not a gang hideout, not a settler's grave, a Viking tomb in the middle of America. Most players stumble across the old tomb by accident. They find the helmet, the hatchet, maybe the ancient comb hidden behind the skulls, and they move on. But here is what Rockstar does not tell you. This tomb is not an Easter egg. It is a historical statement. Let's start with the location itself. The old tomb sits northwest of Ansburg, across the Kamasar River in Roanoke Valley. Its design is unmistakably Norse. Stone slabs arranged in a chambered cairn, a sacrificial altar at the center, and skeletal remains scattered around it in a pattern that suggests ritualistic violence. These are not random bones. They are positioned deliberately. The central figure lies on the altar, arms crossed, while the others surround it in a circle. This is a blood eagle site, an ancient Norse execution method where the ribs are split and the lungs pulled out through the back. Rockstar modeled this directly from historical descriptions, but the real mystery is not what happened inside the tomb. It is how the tomb got there in the first place. The accepted historical narrative says Vikings reached North America around the year 1000, but only as far as Newfoundland. Lance Ox Meadows is real. It is documented, and it is about as far northeast as you can go. Roanoke Ridge is deep inland. To get here, the Vikings would have had to sail down the entire eastern seaboard, navigate inland rivers, and establish a settlement hundreds of miles from any known Norse site. There is no historical evidence this ever happened, which means Rockstar is not recreating history. They are rewriting it, and they left clues. On the eastern bluff overlooking the Lanhatchie River, there is a runestone. It is easy to miss, just a slab with carvings that most players ignore. But those carvings are not random. They match the style of the Kensington Runestone, a controversial artifact found in Minnesota in 1898 that allegedly proves Vikings traveled deep into North America. The mainstream academic community dismisses it as a forgery. Rockstar built an entire tomb around the idea that it is real. There is a deeper layer here. The Viking tomb does not exist in isolation. It connects to a network of mysteries across the map that all share one thing in common. They involve people who arrived in America before Columbus and left behind evidence that history refuses to accept. The strange man is part of this network. The UFO at Mount Shan is part of it. The pagan rituals, the ancient structures, the unexplained carvings, they all point to a hidden history that Rockstar is asking you to piece together. Here is the part that most analysis videos miss. The Viking comb, hidden behind the skulls in the tomb, is not just a collectible, it is a narrative clue. In Norse culture, combs were buried with the dead as grave goods, but they were also symbols of preparation for the afterlife. The fact that the comb is hidden, almost as if someone did not want it found, suggests whoever performed the burial wanted to conceal the identity of the dead. This was not a memorial, it was a cover-up. Examine the skeletons more closely. Not all of them are adults. There are smaller remains among the pile, consistent with children. A Viking burial site with children means this was a settlement, not a raiding party. These were families who came to America, built a life, and were erased. The question Rockstar leaves unanswered is, erased by whom? Native American tribes could have driven them out. Disease could have killed them. But the blood eagle suggests execution, ritual punishment. Whoever killed these Vikings knew exactly who they were and wanted to send a message. There is one more piece of evidence hidden in the game files. Data miners have found that the Viking helmet was originally intended to have unique properties. Damage resistance, maybe even a stat boost, but Rockstar removed them before release. They deliberately downgraded the helmet from functional armor to a cosmetic item. Why? Because they wanted it to be a curiosity, not a gameplay advantage. They wanted you to ask questions, not equip a better hat. Almost 8 years after release, the Viking tomb in Red Dead Redemption 2 remains officially unexplained. Rockstar has never commented on it. There is no NPC who talks about it. There is no document that references it. It exists in the world as a silent anomaly, a piece of a puzzle the game refuses to complete for you. And that is exactly why it matters. Not every mystery in RDR2 is meant to be solved. Some are meant to be noticed. The Viking tomb is Rockstar telling you that the world is older than the map shows, deeper than the story reveals, and stranger than any history book will admit. The helmet is still there, waiting on that skull shelf. The hatchet is still embedded in the altar. The comb is still hidden behind the bones. And after almost 8 years, the only question that matters is this: who put them there, and what happened to the people who wore them? Rockstar knows. They